No, we probably need to fill it.
Yeah.
Pop it out of there.
This is the beetle trap.
Yeah,
that goes on
and
the
see,
inside.
it has to be really full, and then they get up under it. Ah! Try to kill them without killing the bees. Okay, so.
Shame. Is there any in there at all?
I think it's really low is what I'm sensing.
It's been 3 weeks since we've been in, because this time of year you don't want to bother them too much, and you don't need to do anything except make sure they're fed, and Andrew's been feeding them.
I glued in pretty well.
Yeah, oh, there it goes.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
There's some under there as well, as you would imagine. Gosh, that's the most we've ever had. We usually see a couple.
See, we've got some in there, but yeah, we definitely need to fill it. And
Oh, well, there you go.
all right, yeah, thank you. Usually we just leave it in as I plop, but as I carry this top in and out, it gets heavy, and we keep it full so it spills.
Do we just want to check the bottom? Looks like this is mostly honey up here.
What we're primarily checking for today is pests, and we're also checking for whether or not the bees have food.
They've got a lot of honey.
There's honey like crazy in here.
right?
Do you want to show one so Andrew and Adam can see though? Because this is the really full one. We didn't have enough to harvest, but we've got enough for them to have a nice winter where they won't be hungry. Oh yeah, and if you spill it, don't worry, we'll refill it. Okay. We've still got a decent amount of oil and vinegar left, right, Janice?
So how can you tell, like, just from looking at it from the top down, that it's loaded with honey?
See that white capped? See that? That's all honey. So we're just peeking in and then look how they've glued this together. We have a couple broken frames, so this is one we haven't been removing lately.
Experienced beekeepers don't even necessarily need to go in. They just pick up the box and judge how heavy it is, and that's how they determine whether or not they need to feed. Obviously, we're not that experienced. And
well, the box is heavy though. We'll let you try it if you want. And we're just going to pull one out, Janice, to show you.
Oh, wow.
We won't need the hanger.
Oh, that's all beautiful.
Oh my
honey.
Goodness.
All beautiful.
So, capped and uncapped honey.
So you can see here, there's honey in there, but it's not capped.
And then,
this one's got a lot of honey in it, but it's not capped.
Golly.
See? So this is what they'll feed on this winter.
And Andrew, I wanted to show you this tool.
See,
this is a luxury
see how
tool.
That's all
Right.
drawn out?
Would you mind just putting that on there just to show him
That's
how that
nice.
works?
Oh, yes.
That makes it.
So instead of putting your frames on the ground, you hang them there. And
you only need a few at a time because then you can just scoot everything over. There's enough room to keep scooting.
Typically you put 2 on here and then the rest of them you can just maneuver.
Let's go ahead and pop
that.
It was about 22 bucks, I want to say. And you notice when we went to Dedant, he doesn't mess around with stuff like this. For him, this would be pretty foo-foo. But for us, we really like it.
So we're just going to go ahead and pop this whole top off so we can get to the bottom. And what I do, that's what our bricks are for. What I do is I lift and I just carry it over there. Normally we have the beetle trap on and I try to move it very carefully.
You got it?
And what you're hearing cracking is the propolis, because the bees have sealed it all up. And you can see how calm they are. They're just,
want your hands
even in this weather, I wasn't sure how they'd behave. Our hive has a screen bottom, so when Mark is smoking the bottom, it goes up through the hive. Gary very much recommends that you have a screen bottom rather than a solid bottom. And our rule of thumb is if Gary says do it, that's what we do.
Yeah, so we're looking for signs that we still have a queen in here.
Is that what you're working on?
Yeah, because you know we have a few broken on the first, so I always avoid the first in case we forget which one it was.
Now this is where we would expect
so see how
our
it's all
queen
stuck
to be.
together. They keep
around the cluster.
Yeah, and down she typically is in the middle of the bottom.
I see you, baby.
On that frame, it was all honey. There was no brood, so that tells us the queen has not been laying there.
Ooh, look how they go down there. The smoke really does work.
Yeah. And that's where, I don't know if you remember at Dedant, I was saying that when we put our super back on there, we always smoke, and that helps clear it. Yeah, so we're not squishing bees. And once again, that's something that Ray doesn't really mess around with because he's, you know,
they're quick.
He's a mass producer. We're more, these are our
we think of them
kind
as
of
pets.
situation.
Yeah. We're a little bit frilly about it. Yeah.
So this is where the brood's going to be. This is where the
probably honey actually. This one will
that's
be
what we're checking.
No, this is one of those.
We don't have any eggs.
Just a couple.
We don't have any brood.
Pollen.
This does not look good.
It's very dark.
This, well, that's because it's an old comb.
Yeah, so there's some pollen. There's a beetle.
Okay, I don't like the way this looks at all. Let me put
that's an outside frame.
Yeah, let's look and see if we got something inside. This is the one we had trouble re-queening. Our first queen flew the coop, and so this hive went for about 4 weeks without a queen recently. So we're checking to make sure she's still here.
Drone cells in there.
Oh boy. Okay, we got pollen. Do you see the dark stuff? That's pollen. And there's a drone cell. This is not good.
Not that one a little.
What's the best way to get this dude off my hand?
Oh, just let her go. She has pollen on her. See that? That's pollen. Just let her see. She'll go.
Most of the bees are over here. Is that where you're headed?
Yeah.
She's not interested in seeing you.
Scoot 'em over.
She's just resting.
Yeah. Yeah, they're starting to get irritated. So you hear that? That's the sounds of them getting agitated. See how there's all this activity all of a sudden?
Well,
So,
you might be getting close to the queen there.
Settle, yes, and it's possible that we...
Now, this is a new queen, and we did go a long time without a queen, and this is a time of year when she stops being quite so productive, so that might explain why we're finding those empty frames. But it's really concerning that we don't have a queen.
Oh, we are getting to...
So we're really interested. Okay,
there's
they're
where your
brood.
bees are.
There's
Yeah.
brood. There's capped brood.
Yeah, there we
That's
go.
probably all we
See
need
the
to
dark stuff? That's capped brood.
And then see, there's some larvae down in there.
Yeah, they're not very happy
That's all
with
we
this.
need to see, I think.
So now we know
And
we're
this
still
one
laying
has capped
eggs.
brood. I can see that.
So that's good. Yeah.
So
got some
she's-
pollen, got some. So
Yeah, we're not seeing larvae, we're not seeing eggs, but we are seeing capped brood. So we're going to kind
Good
of,
signs.
because of the time of year, if we don't have a queen, there's actually not much you can do about
I'm
it.
gonna let you.
So
start pushing.
so that's
No.
enough information for us. Andrew, would you like to lift this back on
Sure.
there? That'll give you. Now it's going to be 40, 50 pounds.
And
just
the frames are going to be in the same direction as the brood, right?
It doesn't really matter which way you put
mean
it
how
on.
do you
You're gonna
put this
hold the
on?
handle, so it's just gonna go.
Yeah, just
I would grab it front and back like that.
You want to get it more
And
left.
you do?
now they got to get
Okay.
this
Are you
last
going
one
in the
back in
middle?
there.
Oh, I don't care. I'll put it wherever you want. I was just trying to find a spot.
Now, what I'm really happy about is that we have so much honey, and we seem to have a good bee population. What we're not happy about is that we still have so many empty cells. But hopefully, we keep feeding. Our queen will be able to continue laying eggs, get them through the
There we go.
winter,
You
and then
really
in the
shove it
spring,
down there.
we'll have a robust hive
Sorry,
that's
bees,
ready to
get out of
go.
the way. We're a little crowded here. I seem to have a. Yeah, I don't want you to get stung on your fingers. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, girls. All right,
Andrew,
we need to
if
fill.
you
Did
wanna-
you bring that sugar syrup? Because we need to fill that.
I already filled it.
Oh, good.
I wanted to show Adam how we
good.
turn that over.
Okay, so you're gonna pick it up,
it is pretty
and
heavy.
then it's heavy. So just
I'm not good at lifting it. I have
Kind
to
of
rely
hover
on
over, and we'll help guide you. And this way, see, they're all calm, so they're not really on. We're not worried about squishing them. They've all kind of gone down. Perfect. Great job.
Perfect.
Actually.
And here's the lid,
Perfect.
Andrew, if you'd like
Okay.
to do the lid. And you can, and the lid will overhang on the front of the hive. So,
the
the
back
end
lines
you're
up
on
at the
will go
back.
flush.
Yeah.
Your end will, the right
Yeah. It doesn't
side
matter
will
which
go
way
flush.
it's on. Just make sure this end is flush here.
The smoother you can make your motions, the better it is.
Look at the pollen. See that? See the yellow? hanging?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get our. So what we
Okay,
do
now
is
here's
we,
the sugar
we
water.
dump it. Let it, and then it stops with the vacuum. And see, luckily they're all calm. They're already down. So I'm just going to slowly lower it. So try not to squish anyone. In a few minutes, you'll start to see some bubbles of them drinking it. Because they're like,
Isn't
yay,
that cool?
food!
Isn't that cool?
Awesome.
I'm going to close
Oh, what
off
about
We forgot our beetle trap.
beetle
Oh,
trap?
shoot, yeah. Darn it. Yeah,
Okay.
we need to fill that too. Darn. Okay.
I'm going to close this opening up a little bit since we don't have the
Okay,
little
let's
bees.
fill that and then I'll take the lid off. How's that? Well,
We can put some more in it.
We need to make room for it though. That's why. Let's try this side because it looks like there's some good room over here. Okay, so we're going to do it towards the end. Perfect. Just going to get it pressed flat, flush as we can. Okay.
Here's the funnel.
Okay, and I'm the fill lady. She's the funnel holder.
You will kill the bees.
Here.
You will kill the bees if you pour on them. So that's why we're very careful here.
So we do the oil first, because it's going to float. Is that blue?
Blue doesn't like being left home alone.
No, he sure brought him.
I didn't think it was.
He's been around the bees, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, he's fine with the bees.
Oops. Okay. All right.
I put an electric wire on the gate that he kept eating. He hit it once. Taryn and I heard him go, yip. He won't go within 6 feet of it now.
Oh, well, that's good. Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that.
He's a one trial learner.
And then, Andrew, the other thing is each time you go into your hive, you keep a notebook and you document what you see, so that you have a working log of what you've done, how you've done it, and that helps you plan your future.
You guys have a nice video of it this morning.
Oh, cool.
Sweet. Okay.
Oh, that one's pretty full.
Yeah, I'll just top it off with this one while we're here, because they tend to go through it pretty fast.
Adam, if you want to go around on that side.
Hi, girls.
Okay, I'm not seeing a lot of beetles.
So it's only an average of just a few males.
You know what, the other one?
Yeah, it's, well, during this time of year, most of the males have gone off and died from reproduction.
Right.
Sorry, girls. Okay, so this we won't fill. We'll just leave it in, and we won't fill it till we're just gonna press. Beetles, kill! Hate these.
Beetle wars.
Trap is working though. I mean, it's
It does.
attracting
It's
them
just
up
not
to there.
getting as many as we need it to.
But even if they're underneath there like that, it just.
You're gonna pull one out up here.
This is an empty side.
Andrew, I can't remember.
Oh, I
if the
guess.
template
Well,
was
I guess this is
about
just all honey. Why
Yeah.
why don't we just take the trap out and just pull
The
it?
bees do not kill
Well, let's
them,
just take the whole
but
thing
they
off. I don't think
herd
it's that
them
full.
And
So-
corral them
So let's just
into
take the
a
whole
small
box off, and then we'll
area.
fill it
With the
when we put it
trap?
back
So
on.
when
Yeah, that's what we
you do
usually
your
do. 'Cause it's not that
inspection,
full right now.
You disrupt that corral,
So we'll just fill it when
and
we
they
put it back.
scatter. So if you've got your bee, you know, your hive
Careful, careful.
on
Hang
there,
just a
This is
second.
our more
Your beetle
agitated
trap
hive,
on
so
there.
we got to
Settle
smoke.
for a second.
you kind of don't want
they,
to disrupt
they get
the
a little
bees
more-
corralling too much. And every time you inspect, you do naturally, but
Okay,
you
so
just
watch
kind of
out when I
understand
pull it
that's
off.
part of what you're doing. The other thing that we're looking for today is pollen, because we would give substitute pollen if there wasn't any in there. But we're seeing lots of
Yeah.
pollen. I don't know where they're getting it,
Once
but they're
again,
getting
they're
lots of
at
it. It's
most
probably
on the
leftover
side.
Spanish needle and
So if
golden
we want
rod.
to check
Yeah.
that,
Good girl.
maybe pull one
So,
here.
Here.
so for that reason, we're giving them the
We've got
sugar
room there.
water, but not the
And just pull.
pollen.
You probably should go with pulling.
And they have so much honey, quite honestly, I'm not sure they have to have the sugar water. The reason we started feeding it sugar water is they started going to Marjorie's hummingbird feeder and eating that. And so we thought that they might be, you know, hungry.
I didn't think they were hungry. I just thought
I
they were
thought they were
pigs.
just-
It's like
Yeah.
a kid in a candy store.
Yeah, I think.
Put
they
a
would
bowl
just
of
keep
chocolates
doing
in my
what
house.
bees
I'm
do.
gonna eat it.
Oh wow,
Loaded.
loaded.
No caps.
You see any queens?
There's a little capped brood there.
Look at it.
A
They
little
were on
bit,
top of
right?
it.
And those are their larvae.
Yeah, looks like there's some little
Some
bit of larva.
in there. Just starting on that side.
Oh, look at the shiny. Look at the
So
little eggs.
larva,
Isn't that eggs,
yeah.
right? The larva.
Yeah.
Up in the top right,
Mm-hmm.
those are
Yep.
that's larva.
Do you see the shiny
That's
stuff?
honey.
Yeah.
This is honey.
So put your thing over all the little shiny eggs. Cool.
Oh, that is
Okay.
that is
I'll
awesome.
check one more.
Yeah, this one's, oh, this one's they finally started building out. This was one of our empty ones. See how it's on the top? Let's pull out this one. You want to grab our
The black one.
holder,
Sorry.
please? Yeah, let's do the black one.
I'm in the bushes over here.
Sorry, yeah, you got trapped by the camellia.
I can't get it.
The camellias are prized around here. I was told I'm not allowed to cut any when I moved in,
That's
when I
true.
bought the house.
Well,
So
it
we have
takes
to
them-
work around them.
It takes them 40 years to get that ear.
Okay.
Don't sting me. There's a queen right in the center.
Is that her?
That's her.
Yeah.
Yep.
See her?
Let me see.
Right there. See
Oh.
how she's longer?
Wow.
So she doesn't look like the
That's
drone.
awesome.
She looks like the girls, but she's longer and bigger. And look at all the larvae we've got.
Mark, I'm sorry.
So
Would
this
you
is
tilt
good.
it this way? I'm sorry. I'm having trouble seeing her.
And she's
Oh.
right there.
Here. See her?
Oh.
Here.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, that's so exciting.
Oh, I think we're done.
That's so exciting.
So we have a queen.
Woohoo!
We'll fill our trap, and yeah, we're low maintenance. We're not doing much, not messing with them much, giving them food.
I need either smoke or
yes, you
smoke, one or the other.
Well, honey, I'm just trying to see.
That's okay. That's fine. I'm just telling you.
This hive is typically our more excitable hive. And Andrew, if you want to take one step either one way or the other so you're not in their flight path, then they'll be happy.
Yeah, so we usually stay from behind them. Front is the danger spot. Okay, so let's get this out and yeah, we're gonna fill it as soon as I put it back on.
And you block the partial hole for what particular reason?
It makes it easier for them to defend.
Okay.
So when there's not that many bees. Now this one has more bees.
Less
so
pests getting in. So
that's another Gary tip. He pretty much always keeps, unless he's got like 4 supers on here so that he has a ton of bees, he typically always keeps part of the opening obstructed.
Sure.
That's it. That's full.
Yeah,
we had a huge problem, especially during the winter, even supplementing their feed. You know, ours we ended up with
Andrew, you
with mites, and we tried to treat the mites, and then it got very cold, and we actually had 2 broods or 2 colonies, and one managed to stay through the winter, the other one didn't, and we ended up having to start all over again with that one. It was frustrating.
There you go.
That was frustrating.
There you go.
Perfect.
Sugar?
Yep, got the sugar.
Okay.
Uh-oh. See, that would explain why it was going so fast. Yeah.
That's so exciting that we got to see the queen.
You know, I didn't see a queen at the, dawned it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Now, that one guy, I don't know his name, he put the queen on his hand, which I didn't
thought
say
Ray
anything, but I went, you know what?